my efforts and reactions panel. And all those noises that you hear in anime and video games that aren't scripted, like throwing a punch or getting punched or getting blown up, we go into the booth and we make those noises. So I created this panel because I wanted to see other people do that also. So congratulations, you're all gonna make those noises tonight. And I get to be the director. So, we'll start with just a little instruction. I'll tell you what I'm looking for. And I think a good way to learn to do something well is to see it done poorly. So enjoy these bad anime reactions. And there you have it, bad anime reactions. So all the actors did that on purpose. What I would do is I would wait for the engineers to turn my volume way up because they're expecting this very quiet noise, like a, and to hear that, they have to turn you way up in the engineering room. And when they're expecting that, I give them a, and I watch them all just go and jump. And it's just the best thing ever to see. And then the whole cast started doing it. And there's literally hundreds of those between Blue Exorcist and Sword Art Online. Yeah, good times. Well, let's see efforts and reactions done well. Enjoy. It's awesome because Crispin's here this weekend. So that scene has a little bit of everything, from girls screaming to guys getting punched so hard that their clothes fly off. You never really know what you're gonna do when you step in the booth. So remember that as I'm explaining some of these sounds I want you to make. So this is what we see when we're in the booth. This is from Sword Art Online Episode 1. The director and writer of Sword Art, Alex Von David, was nice enough to let me use his script in this panel. So I'll show you what some of these efforts look like. Line 19 at the very top says CM smirk. That means closed mouth smirk. And this making fist effort has an MNS, that means mouth not seen, and it's underlined, and that means you don't see the character. Here's another scene, line 78, there's this wild pig, and it says M&E, that means music and effects. But I like showing this piece of the script because sometimes you create a noise for something that isn't human. So as I'm describing the kind of character you are, just keep that in mind. You might not be yourself. Yeah? And you never know what you're gonna do in the booth. Line 191, this has a mime on. This is from Blue Exorcist Episode 12. An open mouth to closed mouth slurp, and then sucking sounds. Yeah. Not an 18+ panel, he's eating a lollipop. Come on, guys. Head out of the gutter. Okay, difference between video game and anime reactions. So when you're working on anime, you're actually watching the screen and talking as your character's talking. And we go line by line with one person in the booth. So you try to match the flaps and make it not look like Godzilla. Tonight, because we don't have any picture to work with, it's going to be very similar to working on a video game. When you're doing that, the director will describe the scene, describe what's going on, and you really have to use your imagination to create the noise. All right, one more thing before we get started. Getting into character, and I don't know if every actor does this, but I do it, and I want you guys to do this tonight. I like to make the face that my characters are making in the show. So whether they're excited and happy, or angry, or laughing at somebody, whatever face that you imagine your character is making to make that noise, I want you to make it tonight. Sound good? Because it really does affect the noise that comes out of your body. Like, for example, I think I've told this to a few people, I have to do something very specific with my eyebrows to get into character for Meliodas. I noticed that when we were recording, his eyebrows are always raised so high, like this. So I have to raise my eyebrows so high that it stretches out my vocal cords. And when I play Zeldris, I have to lower my eyebrows to lower my voice. So it's all in the eyebrows in that show. But whatever it is for you guys, I want you to make those faces tonight. All right, you guys ready? Too bad, you have to be. So here's what we're going to do. When we're in the booth, we get 3 beeps to let us know when to start making these noises. So it goes beep, 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 and then you make the noise or give the line. So because we don't have beeps, I'm just going to count. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then everyone together is going to make the noise. Sound good? Yeah? Okay, it's easy. It's easy. And don't worry about what noises come out. We'll see what happens here. Okay, so let's do some attack efforts. So the first one, I want you to imagine like you're just punching the person next to you, but don't punch the person next to you. Okay, so just a little like, ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. Okay, now do like a little stronger of a punch, like a, ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. Okay, now like a combo, so like a, ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. Now like 2 punches, a wind up, and then like a knockout punch. So like, your turn. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. That was awesome. Okay, let's get punched. So this time, I want you to imagine like you got hit in the arm. Just like a, Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Now got punched in the stomach like a, ooh. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Now you got punched in the face so hard that your face collapsed and you swallowed the person's hand. We go 0 to 100 really fast in this panel, just warning you. So like a, yeah? Your turn. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Now I want you to kind of choke on their hand a little bit. So like a, your turn. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That was awesome. That was awesome. And as we're doing this, by the way, I want everyone to think about noises they want everyone else to make. Just keep that going through your mind. A notice reaction. Okay, so this happens all the time in anime. We have to make a noise for every little movement that our characters make, and there's a very common sound that you hear a lot. You breathe out really fast and then inhale really fast, like this. Really common. So I want you guys to make that noise. Ready? I don't know what that was. That's a whale. Ready? Speaking of weird noises, I've done this panel a number of times now. It's still my favorite panel. And there was this one girl, and every time I explained a sound, it would come out like this. Quack. So I'm like, you got punched. Quack. You noticed something. Quack. I don't know what happened. So whatever sound comes out, just let it flow. So a fast breath out and in, like a, ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Now you see something kind of strange. So like a, huh? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Full Scooby-Doo, like a, ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. That's awesome. Okay. So this will be fun. I always gloss over this one rule, and I think it's kind of important. Don't pass out. No passing out. Okay, so the first one, I want like a small power up. So just a, ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Now give me like 5 seconds of a power up. So like, your turn. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. Now give me like a burst of energy at the end of that power up. So like, your turn. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. That was awesome. That was awesome. Okay. So just a reminder, no passing out. Let's do a power-up contest. This will be fun. So here's the rules. Take 1 big breath, power up for as long as you can, and don't pass out. I know there's some actors out there that can power up for like 10 episodes in a row without ever leaving the booth. Just, ah! Don't do that. But let's see how long you guys can last. Ready? So, deep breath. Power up for as long as you can, and don't pass out. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wow, give him a hand. That was awesome. How did you have that much breath? Are you a singer? So you have really good breath control. I like how some people, as they get close to running out of air, it's like they're saying no. They're like, ah! It's super fun. Yes. Were you breathing in between? There were a couple people who start off real hard, like the biggest power up you can do, and they're just done after a couple seconds. But your breath control was awesome. That was a long one. Solid. Yeah, you question? So you have experience powering up in the past. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I think take any opportunity you can to play around with your voice in practice. I love yelling at people in traffic. That's my vocal warm-up. I live in Los Angeles. It's terrible. I just go full Aaron Yeager in traffic. Just, Good times. Okay, let's get angry. Speaking of Aaron Yeager. So you guys might have noticed I'm not as angry as Aaron is in real life. Yeah. So what I do is I have to tap into something that gets me that angry. So when I recorded Attack on Titan, especially the first season, I would fly out to Dallas because it recorded in Funimation. And I stayed with Mike McFarland, who's also Master Roshi, so it was awesome. We drive into the studio every day, and he listens to metal, so it was like 30 minutes of just and then like 8 hours of as Aaron Yeager, so it was good times. But I think what I did to get myself that angry is tie it back to a real situation. So I have 2 dogs. They're little white fluffball poodles. And I had this bag of chips that I really wanted to eat. And those dogs, they ate my chips. And that's what I tap into to be as angry as Aaron Yeager. Poodles. So let's get angry. So the first one, I just want like a small growl, like a... Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. Okay, now get a little angrier and you like can't hold it in. So like... Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. Let's get scared. Okay, so the first one, I want just like a breathy, like terrified sound, like a... Your turn. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. Okay, this one is just for the guys. I want to hear your best girl scream. You guys are like, yo, I got this. I got this one. Okay, ready? Best girl scream. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Give him a... Amazing. Give him a hand. So good. Okay, girls, I want your best terrified Viking screams. So I want to hear like testosterone in your terrified scream. Good luck. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That was awesome. Give him a hand. That was good. That was good. Okay, let's get exhausted. So I want to hear the sound of like passing out and hitting the pillow without actually passing out. So like a, ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Now I want to hear like the end of a run. So like you're running away from something. You take 1 or 2 more steps of the run, and then you're just exhausted and out of breath. So like a, your turn. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay, let's laugh. This is fun. Okay, the first one, I want you to laugh at a joke that's not funny. It's like a pity laugh, like a Ready? 1, 2, 3. I don't know what happened there, but I love it. Keep that coming, please. Okay, I want like 5 minutes, not 5 minutes, like 5 seconds of like a relatively funny joke. So just like a 5-second laugh. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. Okay, you've just heard the best joke ever in the universe. I want 20 seconds of the biggest laugh you can do. You guys ready? I want anyone who's walking by to be like, what is going on? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. Amazing. You guys have no idea what you just walked into. I love how you're like literally falling out of your chair. That was incredible. Yeah. Okay, let's do like an evil laugh. So like evil, mad scientist laughing at the moon, insane. Good luck. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Amazing. So good. Okay, this will be fun. This will be fun. Let's eat now. So the first one I want you to do is say N-O-M, like nom. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Now take a couple bites, so like nom nom, and then swallow, like. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. Okay. Now you're an alien. Your jaw can dislocate. Yes, yes. And you're shoveling food in your mouth, like this. Yeah? Sound good? Normal. Okay, I can't wait to hear it. I'm listening. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Now you get a bone caught in your throat. So like you're eating, a bone's caught in your throat, you throw that bone up, and then you eat it again. Yay! So like a... Because you can. Because I have the control. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. Okay, let's fall. Okay, so the first one I want to hear like you just tripped. Like a, whoa. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You're really tall. That was the colossal titan tripping. Okay, now I want to hear you start to trip and hit the ground. So like, whoa, ooh. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, now fall down a well. So like Your turn. Ready? Okay, let's hear it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you for the splash. That was great. That was great. Okay. So this will be fun. Sorry, kids. Might as well get eaten. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but my favorite Titan in Attack on Titan is the Derpy Titan. This one. So I'm going to be the Derpy Titan. You guys are terrified and running away from me. I'm going to pick you up and then eat you. Hop. So when you get eaten, stop the noise. Like, quick cut. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. That was amazing. This is the Derpy Titan, by the way. That's my favorite. Okay, have you guys been thinking of noises you want everyone to make? Now's your chance to be the director and get everyone else in the room to make those sounds. So I know we have a microphone up here, but if you want to just be really loud, you can call it out. Okay, yes, right there. And I can't tell, is your hand up? Can't see, there's lights. Okay, no, right there, sorry. Okay, say that one more time. You gotta be super loud. Do you want to give us a sample? So you're asleep, so are you gonna give snoring first? Nice. Okay, so you're asleep, and then you wake up and someone's this close to you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. Okay, right over here. Oh, hold on. We'll wait. Sorry. Do you wanna run around, or you're okay with that? Yeah. I'll give you a workout.
It's like somebody walks in the room and hears your alarm go off, but you're just ignoring it, and then they just scream, "Wake up!" And then it's just like you jump out of bed shrieking at the top of your lungs.
All right, you guys ready? I'll do the wake up. 1, 2, 3. Wake up. Nice, that was awesome. So I do this other thing in voice acting called Walla. Do you guys know what Walla is? Okay, Walla is creating background noise or different sounds that they can't pick up during the original shooting of a movie or an anime. So, for example, I worked on a movie called Warm Bodies. Have you guys seen Warm Bodies? Okay, so here's what we did for about 8 hours, multiple days. Yep, zombies. Your turn. So let's be those friendly zombies. 1, 2, 3. That's awesome. It's always way more terrifying when it's like a big crowd doing that. Okay, let's be gnarly Walking Dead type zombies now. Ready? Good luck. 1, like the ones that are bitey. Those guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's awesome. I also worked on, and when we do Walla, if we do our job well, you'll have no idea there's other actors in these performances. Like, for example, I worked on the movie It. Have you guys seen It? Awesome. So I'm a part of Pennywise's voice. So what we did, they brought in a bunch of different kinds of actors, like myself and Fred Tatasciore, who plays the Hulk, and we both got up in front of the microphone and did these different kinds of terrifying noises. And when they mashed that all together, there's no way one human could make all of those different kinds of sounds, and it's just horrifying. So it's really fun, and if we do our job right, you have no idea that we were all part of that. Okay, we'll keep jumping around, so let's go over here. Yeah. Sorry.
Give me a second.
Don't yell.
Hi. Okay,
Hi.
so for mine, I was thinking like you're trying to impress your crush by either lifting or pushing something really heavy, and you're struggling, you can't get it to move, and in the middle of that, you suddenly slip a fart, and you react to that.
Okay, so you're trying to impress your crush. I hate when this happens. You're trying to lift something really heavy, and you can't lift it, and then a fart slips out, and you're embarrassed. Do you want to give us a sample? As your sister's like, no!
I don't know, something like,
I love that. You painted the story very well. Give her a hand. And now it's your turn. Ready? Lifting something heavy, a fart slips out, and yeah. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It sounded like more than a fart. Let's go back there.
Ooh, that's loud. Hi, I was wondering if I have a question.
Sure.
If you could have voiced anyone in Danganronpa V3, who would it have been?
I'm a walking spoiler. Sorry for people who haven't played. I don't, what I do when I audition for roles, because I auditioned for multiple roles in Danganronpa 3, other than what I played in the game. I always give everything I have while I'm doing the audition, and then I forgot I ever read for it. Because there's a reason, you're not cast, and most of the time, you won't be cast as the roles you audition as. I've said this multiple times, my computer is a graveyard of auditions that I didn't book. If you book 1 out of 100 auditions, you're doing extremely well in this industry. So I try to not think about roles or things that could have been, because the list would just be endless and I'd constantly get my heart broken. I'm very happy for the roles that I played in Danganronpa. Actually, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm the only actor that's in every iteration of the game and the anime. And it's literally because of super high school level luck. So who has no idea what Danganronpa is? Okay, cool. It's an awesome game and anime. I'll give you like a really high level of what this is. So there's a bunch of these very talented high school students, and they go into this school, and they're trapped in there by this mechanical bear that says that they must murder each other to get out alive. Yeah, good times. So it's like a murder mystery, really. And there's all these really interesting characters. And I play 2 different characters. The first one, his name is Naegi, and he's almost like the detective of the game. And when we work on these video games, we don't receive any of the scripts or anything ahead of time. So there's no way to prepare for what you're about to get into. So as I was working on the game, it was like I was seeing the mystery unfold, like I was watching this movie in my head. It was really fun. And then in the second game, I play this character named Nagito. He's a little crazy. I felt like I was playing the Joker, and it was incredibly fun. So being able to play both of those characters, I think was quite enough for me in Danganronpa, and I just hope that there's some way, I said this to someone else earlier, I hope there's some way they can continue, because I'm full of despair if it doesn't. Yes, right here.
So you play as Cesar from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. What kind of accent were you going for when you were playing that role?
Yeah, so who's familiar with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Awesome. Okay, it's a really wacky, insane show. And I actually, when I auditioned for the character, I didn't know much about the show, but I'm a big fan of animation. And the night I got the audition, I was watching Family Guy. And it was the episode where Peter pretends to be Italian. He has this really bad accent where he's like, boop-a-da-bop-a-da-beep-a. And that's what I did in the audition, and they're like, that guy. So it's a Family Guy-inspired Italian accent. And I'll be the first to admit it's not authentic Italian. And I think it's what JoJo's Bizarre Adventure deserves. But it was really fun. I got to play this character named Cesar Zeppeli. I got to use my man voice. I play a lot of young heroes, and I think it's because my voice hasn't changed since middle school. So once in a while, I get to use my man voice. Cesar was that time, and I shoot bubbles. So yeah, good times. Yes, let's go right here.
So I'm actually a huge fan of the SAO series, and I've been reading the books, which have a lot more content.
Don't spoil anything. No spoilers.
I'm not going to say what happens. I'm not saying what happens. I'm actually behind from the series of what's been dubbed and released. But in the books, they confirm that Kirito has to drive through Ikebukuro to Asuna's. Allow you to imagine what fan fictions may come of that. My question, yes, somewhat related to that. What would Kirito's reaction be if, I'm suddenly blanking on his name, Masaomi were to start hitting on Suguha?
That would be an interesting experience. I don't know. I like that. That's very hard to say. Masaomi is just so much fun. I feel like he would win Kirito over. Kirito would probably invite him to go play some video games with him because he thought it was hilarious how cheesy the pickup lines were. But yeah, that's interesting if the Durarara world was meshed with Sword Art Online. That could lead to some good times. But yeah, I think he'd invite him out to play some video games. Okay, we'll keep jumping around. Let's go over there, yeah. Sorry, as I point just like to a bunch of hands up. So go like 1 and then 2. You could kind of pass the microphone in this way and you guys could share. Yeah, start there.
I want to know if everyone can sneeze.
Okay, awesome. That's actually harder than it sounds. Okay, so a sneeze on command. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now everyone wipe their hair off from the person behind them. Yeah, it's interesting to try to do things like that and not make the microphone disgusting. They have this thing that sits in front of the microphone at studios. If you ever see it, there's like this screen that sits in front of them, and that's called a P popper or a popper stopper. When you say the letter P, a lot of air comes out of your mouth, and if it hits the microphone, it does this, P. So what you have to do is either, I say spit the air off to the side, P, P, so it doesn't pop it, or cut the air in half with your finger or a pencil, P, P. So there's tricks like that to stop those sounds, but a sneeze just makes the microphone go and explode, and then you leave a bunch of disgusting things on the popper stopper. Yeah. Okay, let's go over here. We'll go one more here in the middle, and then we'll jump. There's a bunch of hands over there, so we'll go right here. Yes. Hi.
Just give me a second.
Okay, as you choke and pass out. Sorry. I went to Bryce Papenbrook's efforts and reactions panel, and I passed out. That's the review.
Did
we'll
what
see.
you told me not to do. Okay, how did they contact you when you voiced Yo Shindo in My Hero Academia?
Actually, that is quite a bit of luck. Also, it was luck to receive the audition. So I was at Anime Expo, and there are a ton of people there, and I was waiting to go to one of my panels, and I ran into my friend Colleen Klinkenbeard, who is a producer and director at Funimation, who is also the director of My Hero. And back before My Hero started, I auditioned for her for a number of the roles and just was not cast. And she looked at me, she's like, "You're not in My Hero, are you?" I'm like, "No." She's like, there's a couple roles coming up I want you to read for. So she sent me the auditions, and Yo Shindo was one of the auditions, and I recorded it and sent it back, and she's like, "Yep, discount Deku." And that's how I got cast.
Deku's
Yeah, so sometimes it's kind of luck to even get those opportunities, but I think, it's luck and then hitting the right sound and being prepared with those auditions to deliver and then going in and having fun in the booth. So yeah. Okay, let's jump back over here. So let's start up front and work our way back. And just so you guys know, we have like 15 more minutes, so we got. I'll answer as many questions or make as many wacky noises as possible. Yes. Hello.
Hi. Oh. There's a speaker right there.
As you knock yourself over.
Okay, so I'm going to assume you've worked with Clifford Chapin, right? Bakugo's voice actor?
I have, actually. He directed me in something relatively recently that hasn't been announced yet. Just a small little thing, but Cliff is a great guy.
Okay.
I really like him.
So, with the yelling, whose voice is sore afterwards?
It's hard to say. So first off, we don't record together. We actually go one person in the booth at a time. So sometimes, like in Attack on Titan, Cliff plays Connie. Sometimes, he'll have recorded his lines before me. Sometimes I record my lines before him. So it's hard to say. Second, my training and experience is different from most actors. I grew up teaching and loving martial arts. So I would after school, I would go to the studio and I would teach tons of different classes, and there'd be little kids, and I'd just yell at the kids and yell at the kids, and then their parents would come in later, and I just yell at their parents. So that was my vocal conditioning. So I feel like I've really conditioned my my vocal cords for a lot of screaming, and it's funny that all my characters speak in screaming. So I don't know. I'll have to talk to him next time and see how he's been trained to scream like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, let's just stay up here. Let's catch a bunch of folks right here.
What's up?
What's
Hi.
up? Yo.
Yo. I know. Hi.
Hi.
If Sasha did not like potatoes anymore, instead, if she liked burgers instead, and she was constantly eating them, and you were constantly getting angry, what would you do?
So she's eating cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
So who's seen Attack on Titan? I guess this is a better question. Who's never seen any Attack on Titan? Where have you been? Okay. I'm going to give you at least one spoiler, and I'm sorry. And maybe this might convince you to check it out. Okay. So it's a very lighthearted show. It's a comedy. No, I'm just kidding. So episode 1, all of humankind is inside these walls, and outside them are these giant naked zombies that eat people. And they break into the city, and my character, Aaron's mom, is trapped, and she's picked up by one of these titans and eaten in front of him, and it rains blood right on his face. And he's screaming and crying, and it's terrible. Well, then there's this show called Attack on Titan Junior High. And episode 1, Aaron's lunch is taken by these monsters. And they are eating his lunch in front of him, and he screams and cries in the exact same way. There's a number of lines where he just goes, "My Lord!" Screaming for cheeseburgers. So I feel like he would scream for cheeseburgers in that same way. Also, who's caught up with where Attack on Titan is? Okay. They've been teasing us about what's in the basement for a long time. Here's my guess. Cheeseburgers. We'll find out if I'm right soon. Fingers crossed. I told you I'd say it on the panel. Thank you for that. Okay, I have 5 more minutes, so I'm going to take 2 more questions from over here, and then you guys have been waiting so patiently, I'm going to come back here for 2 more. Okay, yes. Your choice. Hand the microphone off to who you think.
Hi.
Hi.
I was just wondering, how did you become a voice actor?
Yeah, so every voice actor you ask will give you a different answer. I actually started when I was 8. My dad was a voice actor. He was working on a show called Power Rangers. Have you guys heard of that one? So my dad was Rito Revolto, the skeleton dude in Power Rangers, Rita's brother. And I used to love going to work with him because they had a bunch of the rubber monster suits that lined the stairs up into the studio. And on this one day, I was about 8, he had finished his recording, and the director's like, we need a kid's voice. And my dad's like, he's a kid, throw him in the booth! And I became a voice actor. Yay, child labor! Woohoo! So I grew up around the industry. I never thought I'd be a voice actor. I actually went to UCLA, studied political science and philosophy, thought my next step was law school, and then I booked a job, and booked another one, and booked another one, and thought, you know what, the law library can wait, let's see what happened. And my dad passed away about 13 years ago, and I thought I might have an opportunity to carry on the torch. And then I really dedicated myself to pushing my career forward, and haven't looked back. So it's amazing that I get this opportunity. Yeah. Okay, let's take one more on this side, and then we'll jump back to these guys.
So this is for a voice.
Yeah, can't wait.
But if you were fighting and you were pushed onto the concrete,
Okay.
And you had to avoid the weapon that your enemy had to swing at you. You roll to the other side. What would that sound like?
Okay, nice. So you're shoved down, then you have to roll and dodge. Do you want to give us a sample, actually? No? Okay, good luck. So shove down, and then roll, and dodge all the attacks. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Do it again, but more cartoony. So like, ready? 1, 2, 3. That's awesome. Okay, so I got time for maybe 1 or 2 more. Let's go right over here. Yes. In the My Hero cosplay.
Okay. I want to know if you can do an authentic cat impression.
Actually, that's a great question because I work on a show called Miraculous Ladybug.
Oh my god!
And all of the purring and cat noises you hear in the show are me. So it's everything from like a meow to a all of that stuff I've done as Cat Noir. So I want to hear your best cat purr. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's not easy. That was great. Okay, so I got one more. Let's go right over here.
How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing good. You brought it up earlier, and this was something I wanted to ask, because you've brought this up before, and it's been a while since I've heard anything about it. I wanted to know, do you still take martial arts, and what martial arts did you take?
Yeah, so I've been extremely busy. Just a little bit about personal life. I have a 4-month-old son and a 3-year-old daughter. So sleep is overrated. It's not worth it. And I've been talking a lot and working a lot. So my martial arts is kind of taken a little side step for now. I'd love to get back in the gym. But I have a 4th degree black belt in Tong Sudo, which is similar to Taekwondo. It's Chuck Norris's style. And then I studied Muay Thai and taught Muay Thai and boxing. Competed for years in Muay Thai. Actually, that's what I thought I was going to be for a living. But I guess you get punched a little less in the booth. And most recently, I started training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There's another actor who I've been in a bunch of shows with named Johnny Young Bosch. And a friend of his named Steve Cardenas, who is one of the Red Rangers. Steve is a legit Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Johnny is now ranked in Jiu-Jitsu and has been training really well. So I would wake up bright and early in the morning and go get choked out by those guys. So I'm a full-on white belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It is a different art. But for years, I taught Muay Thai, and I was also a stand-up coach for a number of MMA fighters, some guys who made it to the UFC. So I still have a lot of passion for it. I just need to carve out a little bit of time to get back in the gym. So yeah, I love martial arts, and I know I'll make my way back on the mat. Thank you for your questions. Thank you guys so much. This was really, really fun. Please continue to practice your efforts and reactions. There's not a bad time to practice. I love auditioning in the hotel room so people don't know what's going on. And have a great time at SacAnime. Hope to see you guys at another panel or an autograph session. Thank you, everybody.